All right, so I just received a package from MoYu, which is the brand new WRM version 10. So this, I guess, would presumably be their flagship puzzle for 2014. I don't know if they're gonna also release a Super Weilong version 2 or something, but anyways, this is the newest version of the WRM lineup. The WRM is my main cube. The V9 version is my main cube for 3x3, and so I'm pretty excited to try out the newest version, the V10. And so here I have four different versions of them. From left to right would be the cheapest to most expensive version from what I would expect anyways. The prices, I don't have any prices yet as it's not listed anywhere. As far as I understand, it's really just released. So here you can see the boxes are all a little bit different. They have a little bit of a different design on them. So here we have just the regular magnetic version of the WRM V10. And then here we have the magnetic UV coated version. So the box, see the design is slightly different on this one. And then going here, you can see that there's an emphasis on the core here. So this is the 20 magnet ball core. So they completely skipped just the ball core and did the ball core and 20 magnets, unlike the version 9, which had two separate versions for that. So at least they're making the line a little bit simpler. And then finally, there's the Maglev 20 ball core UV coated version, which I guess is the Supreme version. It's got the really elaborate designed logo on it. So just really quickly, the box, you've all seen the logo I showed you. It also has this here, which if you can read Chinese, which you probably cannot, it gives specifications for the different versions of the cube. So here, this is the regular magnetic version, magnetic UV, 20 magnet ball core, UV and maglev. And then here there's, right, so it has the first one is what type of texture there is on the parts, the inner texture. And then this one is the outside coating. This one is the internal structure, the structure of the core, how many adjustments there are for the magnetic adjustment. Now this one I find particularly interesting because here it says that there is 8 adjustments for all the versions except for this highest maglev version, which does not seem to have any adjustments at all. So I'll have to check that in a moment. Oh, okay, I see. So the first one is the spring adjustments, and the second one is the maglev adjustment. Okay, so it makes sense. So the maglev one also has 8 adjustments, but it's the maglev, not the spring. And this is the just adjustments of the space in between the core axis. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'll have to look at the cube a little more and try and figure it out. And now the number of magnets, so 48, 48, 88, 100. Edge magnets, they all have them. And then there is finally the, edge and corner magnets, and then the core magnets. So that all makes sense. We've got this design here, which shows off, see the adjustability of the core. And the cool, what is this? It's a pretty cool, I don't know what that thing is underneath. Gonna have to open up the cube and take a look. Anyways, the designs all look pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, I scratched the box here, but these are, records done on MoYu cubes, and then the typical, hazards. So I'm gonna go through the cubes one by one, but let's first get these guys open. All right, so now I've got them all open and they are here with their corresponding box. And then under here, I have some cubes that I can compare them with. So the first one here is actually my main 3x3, which is the WRM v10 20 magnetic ball core UV coated version. So this is what I currently use as my main. Here, without the logo for clarity, is the regular, or the regular ball core WRM v10 UV coated. So without the 20 magnets in the core, and then on the right here I have the Super Weilong. So I'll have these here and keep them in mind for a bit of a comparison. So I will try them one by one, and then I'll open up the highest specification version to give you a look what the inside looks like. So first turns. So my first impression is that it actually feels quite a bit like a RS3M kind of a feel. So it feels more crispy, I would say, than what I have here with the V9, which is very kind of smooth and soft. It already feels a lot more crispy on this version. Sort of reminiscent of the WRM, of the RS3M, but lighter. It feels very light and airy at the same time. So crispy, also light and airy, compared to the RS3M, which is more heavy in a feeling, in my opinion. Okay. So this is, it feels like a bit of an upgraded version of the RS3M, in my opinion. This is the regular magnetic version here. And the magnet strength is also very good, in my opinion anyway. So something that you would notice is that these are not, the magnet strength here of the piece is not adjustable, which is the same thing as the V9. But I would say that the magnet strength is very suitable for me anyways. So it's a fairly light magnet strength. It's not something like the V9 here, the regular version of the V9 feels like it has quite the self-correction, quite the strength on the magnets here. But this one does not have as much. So as you can see, yeah, there's not as much of a correction. If I go like this, it doesn't auto-correct as much, which compared to the V9 here, which basically whatever I do, it'll always go back and auto-adjust and adjust. But with this one here anyways, it's not happening. So that is to my liking. Might not be for yours. I don't know. And then of course this is not coated. Now I'm going to try the same version coated. I'm always surprised as to how much of a difference the coating seems to make. So it actually feels like quite a different cube once it's coated, in my opinion. I mean, just because the hand feel is quite different, right? But I mean, it's still got that same very, very airy, crispy, light cube kind of a feel. Yeah, it really, I would say it has very much of the feeling of an upgraded, oh wow, okay. Let's try this again. I don't know if it's my turning is bad, or maybe the cube is also quite fast. So because it is very fast out of the box. Yeah, as you can see, like. It's very fast, but also it has a bit of a less strong magnets might also, if you're not careful, if you're used to very strong magnets, then that might be something that would affect you. Okay, so this the regular magnetic version. I'm going to try the ball core 20 magnet version. Okay, so this one actually, I would say the feeling starts resembling a little bit more what I think of with the WRM V9 20 magnet ball core UV coated version of my main. So I would say it feels a little bit, somehow the magnets actually feel stronger now. So with the version 9 here, I find that the magnets feel a lot stronger, or they feel softer on the 20 ball core version. But that is actually the opposite of what I feel here with this one. So I don't know if it's intentional, but the magnets definitely feel like they're stronger in this version. And it actually has quite a different feel. So I would say that it feels less like the feeling of what I would compare it being close to an RS3M. It actually kind of goes away a little bit with this version, and it feels more like the V9. Like it has a little bit still reminiscent, a little bit reminiscent of it, but overall, I would say it's very, very much of a, even the sound, let's see. Yeah, so the pitch is quite different. It's like a clunk and this is like a click. Very different feel. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like the same cube anymore. That's very interesting. Now let's go try the Maglev version as well. Okay, so the Maglev version feels a little bit airier, I would say, than this one. Maybe just, I guess, Maglev means less friction, right? And now the feeling starts drifting a little bit towards the Super Weilong. Of course, not all the way to a Super Weilong, but it has that kind of a reminiscence. Yeah, I would say that this cube, the feeling is almost like an RS3M crossed with a V9 crossed with a Super Weilong. It's got like a, yeah, it's really quite an interesting kind of a feeling it's got to it. Yeah, and as you can tell, the alignment is much stronger in this one. You can see it aligns on most turns that I'm doing here. See? Even with these loose tensions. And now compare that to the regular magnetic version, which you am not getting anything here, right? So I don't know, from what I can see now, this cube would probably, the regular magnetic one might be more might be better for my one-handed or more suitable for my one-handed solving compared to this one, which has a stronger magnet and might be more suitable for two-handed. I don't know. It's anyways, it's very interesting here. And I'll have to try these out more and try and figure out which works best with which kind of a setup and with turning style. So now, because the inner pieces, as far as I understand and from what it says on the box, should be the same for all of the versions. So I'm just going to open this one up to let you see what it looks like. So, okay, wow. This is very different from the standard MoYu adjustment system. Looks like they came up with something completely new. Now, I don't really have GAN cubes, but I think from what I've seen in a few reviews, if I remember correctly, this might actually be more reminiscent of something that GAN has done. And okay, wow. So I took a while to catch on, but there is no screw. What? Okay, I've got to confirm this with the other cubes now. I thought they was going to be the same, but that is not something that I was expecting. Wow. Let's get these open too and see if it's the same or not. This cap is really hard to get off. Let's try another one. Same thing. Wow. So how do you adjust this? Okay, so I didn't pay attention to the accessory pack that came with it, but now I am going to pay attention and see what this is. Let's go check this out. It's quite something here. So this is a multi-tool. I think I've seen something like that before. But the thing is, what is this used for then? And how do you tension this cube? Like if I try and, I mean, there's no, is this the tension? I'm gonna give this a try here. So I can put this in here. No, this is the magnets. Okay, and it can go both ways. I mean, okay, I said it's the magnets, but this is just an assumption here. Okay, sorry, okay. And can I move these on my own here? So, okay, I can't really seem to get into here on my own. So I'm assuming that I'm gonna have to ask MoYu about this because seems pretty darn crazy that their flagship, what I suppose is their flagship 3x3 now, it's not, the tensions are not adjustable, but only the magnet strength. Sorry, I'm using the wrong thing now. Okay, yeah, wow. Take this apart and take a look what the insides look like. So we've got the magnet on the edge here. We've got this shape like this. So we can focus on the piece here. Yeah, here you go, that's what it looks like. This is corner. Okay, so the design is actually seems to be quite different here. This is what it looks like inside here with the core. Don't see any signs of adjustability in terms of tensions. It's got this, their typical new dragon scale design here. It's together just like this. So I guess this is what fits quite well together with actually quite a bit of contact area, but what I guess the dragon scales help it slide very nice, very smoothly, keeping it stable, all while having a good turning and good experience. Okay, so I guess that's everything for the unboxing that I had here. It does seem to be very interesting, the twist that we have on this cube, with the feeling, which feels quite different with the regular core compared to the ball core. These feeling like an upgraded MRS3M. These which drift more towards the V9, but which also have remind me a little bit of the Super Weilong. And then of course with the non-adjustability of the tensions and the new magnet, or I guess that's not the magnet. Yes, okay, it's an adjustment for the magnet, but it's for the tensions, which is a new system from MoYu, which is different from the one that they've had for years now already. So yeah, that's what I had for this video, and please leave any comments below about any questions that you have. I will be asking MoYu about what's up with this thing, with the tensions, and I will hopefully update you with that and perhaps do a more in-depth review of this cube later once I have played with it and tried it out more for a longer period of time. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.